So one of the downsides to free ranging your chickens is that they'll dig holes everywhere. See? So you can see they got holes there. The ground is just really rough. So when you're trying to mulch your trees, for some reason they just love to dig up around the base of the tree. Now when you have newly planted trees, they can actually dig your tree out or cause damage to the root system. So you know, if you're gonna free range your chickens, there are a lot of issues with that, but I'm gonna show you one way that I get around that. At first, I was just putting rocks around the base of the tree, and that didn't work. They just dig around the rocks. But then I started using this basically fencing, this extra fencing that I had, and putting it around and throwing mulch on. So you can see that they can't dig through the fencing. They still dig around the edge out here, but that's okay. It's not affecting the tree. Does make mowing a little bit of a challenge. Now, one thing also that I want to show you, talk about, is don't put your mulch down first and throw your wire over. Because that, when I just tried to mow this, if you have a ride-on mower or anything, you're going to be going around and it's just going to catch this and you're going to be dragging it everywhere. Now, if you see these apple trees here, I put the wire down first and then shook the mulch through. So you can't even see any exposed wire. As a matter of fact, here's some here, but it's barely sticking out and I can just ride right over this. If I want to put fresh mulch on, I put the fresh mulch on and I shake it down and it raises it up, but the ends will still, I can keep the ends in the ground so they don't start popping up like this. All right, so that's what I'm doing over here, because I got these cut and I'm going to throw this mulch on and then I'm going to shake it down. Same thing with these. And then this one's in process. So here's another example of putting your mulch down. So the chickens, they will also get up under here and they'll just climb in there and start digging their way in. So throw your wire down first and then your mulch. So I got mine about 6x6. Some of them are 5x5, depending on the size of the tree and how much space you have for your lawnmower to get through into your pathways. All right, so here I got the mulch on. I'm gonna try to show you how I shake it down with one hand here. And I don't know if it's gonna be very successful or not. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult to do with one hand. But reach down, find the wire down here. So something else to help you out is keep your foot on this so you don't pull up the corner and the corner stays down. See all that mulch down there? Or wood chips. Some of this stuff is bigger. It's not going to go down there, but you get the idea. And then that way the chickens will come in here and they'll scratch and it'll fall down. But it's a little bit more work to shake it down, but in the long run it's going to save you from dealing with stuff like that. Or you can do it that way and just take more mulch and throw it on the top to hold down the outside. So either way, you choose. So I'm using 3-foot fencing. So this is a 3-foot section. I cut them to about 6-foot lengths. You'll use 2 of them, so 12 feet total to do one tree. And then in the middle here, you just take your wire cutters, cut out a couple sections here to make on both sides, about 2 squares, 3 squares wide. You can fit the trunk in there, then you'll pull them together and zip tie them to hold them together. Let me show you on this one, this tree. So here's the gap that I cut out for the trunk, and then they're zip tied, overlapped by 1 square, and zip tied together to hold them together. That's it. Okay, so I believe that free ranging your chickens is the healthiest thing that you can do for your birds, but free ranging comes with issues. So especially when they want to dig at the base of your tree, digging at the base of young trees can uproot or kill your young trees. For older trees, they can make holes that were gonna hold water and cause your trees to rot. And if you do what I did, put these nice mulch piles around your trees, make them look all nice and good, free range your chickens, come out a few hours and none of the mulch is under the tree. It's everywhere else where you don't want it. And you all know that it takes time for these wood chips to break down. So it's a significant investment that you don't want your chickens mucking with. So get yourself some welded wire fencing, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. You decide how big you want your area around. For my trees, they're kind of young, so a 6x6 puts it just at the drip line where I want it. And I don't mind if the chickens take some of the mulch, wood chips on the top and spread it out around here. It's good for the ground, it's good for the soil. I just don't want them digging around the bases of my trees. So there you have it. This is the finished product, what it looks like. This is that one I told you. So I just threw some mulch on top of it. So you can do it either way. So hopefully this mulch will hold these ends down so I don't clip them with my lawnmower. And then some of the older ones that I did, you can't even see the wire. And you can see that the chickens aren't digging around the tree. It's a fairly young tree too. They are digging at the edges of the wire, but that's, like I said, it's gonna happen if you free range your birds. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Let me know if you're gonna use this idea or if you have anything else. On another note, you could use stakes to hold down the end of the wire, but stakes don't work for me. I usually find that the ground is too hard to get the stake in, or the ground is too soft to hold the stake down, and I just don't bother with it. So thanks for watching. See you next time.